going on, YouTube? How is everybody today? Is there a hole in my shirt? Oh, Jesus. Good to hear. Today, well, I got tickets to a show on Friday. I'm gonna go see Ariel Pink's Haunted Graffiti. They're opening up for Flaming Lips. But I'm gonna check out the show anyway, so I decided to review some of his earlier work. This is Ariel Pink's Haunted Graffiti's Scared Famous album. It was originally released as a double LP in 2002 with this other album called FF, and then it got re-released. Some of the tracks got rearranged. The original double LP had 19 songs. This only has 17. It was released in 2007 on Hall of Records and Human Ear Music. Ariel Pink's kind of like a legend, some sort of underground prodigy of like weird fuzzy pop, lo-fi, super duper lo-fi music. He's been making music since he was 10 years old. He was born in 1978. He's from Los Angeles. His name is really, his real name is Ariel Marcus Rosenberg. He was the first guy to be signed to Animal Collective's record label 2, Paw Tracks. Anyway, Scared Famous, what could I say about it? It's 17 songs, 64 minutes. And it is lo-fi as fuck. It's so lo-fi, everything just sounds mangled and warbled. It's, I don't know, it's a very confusing, borderline unlistenable kind of album, but there's a lot of charm to it, a lot of color, a lot of creativity, a lot of noise. Every single song on here practically is just buried and drenched in this tape hiss, and just everything sounds really wonky and like, I don't know, it borrows a lot from like 60s, 70s, but I'm not really sure what it's borrowing. It does have this very vintage feel to it. Maybe it's borrowing drugs, I don't know. It has a lot of elements of funk, a lot of pop and electronica, all filtered through this very lo-fi experimental vein. Like, it's all very kind of upbeat but kind of annoying at the same time. It's all this falsetto and, you know, just weird kind of sounds, like keyboards and like drums. And I heard sometimes instead of drums he'll imitate drum sounds with his mouth or his armpits. I don't know, it's very quirky, very unusual. I'd say if you're a fan of like Gary Wilson, who's on Stone's Throw Records, very kind of similar artist to this. If you're into Ween or Daniel Johnson, or I don't know, like I can tell like this guy's been influenced by bands like Prince and like Beach Boys and I don't know, like weird 80s bands like The Cure and shit like that. It's all got that kind of shit kind of sound to it. But yeah, it's, I don't know, sometimes it's really, really cringeworthy on here. It plays around with tape speeds and stuff like that. Like, everything on here is just profoundly strange, very profoundly weird. Like, I don't even know, like, it's silly as hell to listen to, but there are some really good tracks in here. I did like track 11 called Kitchen Club. It has all these kind of cool vocals and crazy little bass lines and stuff. It was pretty dope. And there's a song on here, track 4, called Beef Bud, which is kind of strange. It's kind of a slowed down song of Beef Bud. And of course, one of my favorite tracks on here is called, I just want to get the title right, Are You Gonna Look After My Boys? Track 3 is pretty crazy track. I hear that on college radio pretty often, and it's pretty silly track. I don't know what to make of it, really. I don't know what to make of this whole album. Like, I don't really like it all that much. I don't like sitting through it as an album, but it does have this kind of charm to it. Like I said, like, there's a childlike innocence. This guy just doing whatever he wants. Like, this Ariel Pink is just this really prolific guy. It's ever since 1996, I guess he's released like 500 songs or something up to this point. Like, I don't know, he's always making music. His newest album, has of this video, it's called Before Today, released in 2010, and I really, really, really like that album. I'll probably give that a review sometime later in the future, because I really love playing songs off that on Saturdays and shit. Very, very good album, Before Today. But this one's just kind of crazy, kind of annoying, got all these keyboards and kind of mangled pop elements to it. It's really hard to describe what's going on in here, but like, it's kind of endearing, kind of terrible, definitely baffling, a little bit spooky at times. I don't know, it's a mess. It's a hot mess of music. It's got all these different genres, and I don't know, everything sounds very garbled, very strange, super duper lo-fi, kind of noisy, but it's undeniably creative, very colorful kind of shit. Cover art's also kind of a hot mess of, I don't even know, like some sort of cityscape. And then there's a guy with a crucifix flying around. It also lets you choose your own album cover too, so you get a selection of this one, or this can be your album cover too, which is kind of cool. I don't know if that's Ariel there jamming out to a live crowd there wearing his flannel shirt and red belt, hot red belt. You tell me, kids. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I know his new album's doing really well, so maybe the purpose of this video is to show some of his early work. This is supposed to be circa 2001, 2002, re-released in 2007. It's, I don't know, man. It's bizarre, for sure, but not good bizarre, just bizarre. Kinda good. It does have good moments, has had a lot of bad moments. I don't know. If anyone's listened to this album all the way through more than once, you can leave a comment telling me what you thought of it. It's a head scratcher. If you listen to it, it'll definitely make you raise your eyebrows for sure. Ariel Pink's Haunted Graffiti, 2002, circa 2007 album, Scared Famous, released on Hall of Records and Human Ear Music.